Welcome to the 12th hands-on colonoscopy training course. Before we start, I'd like to welcome and thank our international faculty who have traveled all the way from UK for this course. Paul, thank you very much. Paul is a consultant endoscopist at Kingsmill Hospital, Nottinghamshire, and he has been a regular feature of our courses. He comes to Pakistan twice a year for our courses. He's an exceptionally excellent teacher, and he has sort of revolutionized the concept of doing a colonoscopy. Dr. Wakar, he is another faculty for our course. He's a consultant gastroenterologist at North Manchester General Hospital, UK. And his flight, I'm told, has been delayed, so he'll be joining us after half an hour. Last but not the least, our director for the course, Dr. Saad Khalid Niaz, who is a renowned gastroenterologist, a person who does not need any introduction. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with Dr. Saad Khalid Niaz and his achievements. He's been the pillar and the person behind all these courses. And he's trained most of us who are working right now in the endoscopy department at Surgical Unit 4 and a lot of other people who are working throughout the country, I would say. He, along with Dr. Saeed Qureshi, they are the two people who are actually the pillars of this advanced endoscopy training center in Pakistan. I think ours is the only center in Pakistan who is providing free of cost advanced endoscopy services. Along with that, this unit holds the exclusive honor of being the first one in the country who had started a structured training program in endoscopy in Pakistan. And we have been conducting these advanced courses. Colonoscopy, I told you, it's twice a year. ERCP, we conduct once a year. Again, these are hands-on courses. And this year, next month, I think 14th and 15th of April, we'll be conducting our first EUS hands-on training course as well. Now I would like to request Dr. Saad Khalid Niaz to come and give his comments.
First of all, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the delay in the start. Wakar, unfortunately, his flight got cancelled yesterday from Peshawar to Karachi, and so he had to reroute himself from Islamabad. So he should be joining us very shortly, as you were already told. Okay, well, what's so special about this course? There are many courses everywhere. I keep coming across hands-on courses, and done elsewhere in the country. What is different about our course? Well, to start with, this is actually a hands-on course. Unlike a lot of courses where you stand and you're told just hold this hand and this is talking clockwise and this is talking anti-clockwise and go ahead and do it. And you end up seeing some colonoscopies or whatever you go for. Now, this is actually selecting 5 candidates. Is that right? 5, Yeah. 5 hands-on candidates. Each one of you, from working outside the human body to actually going and doing live colonoscopies of human beings, at least 4 colonoscopies are given to each candidate. We try and give the 5th one if possible, but that's not always possible because of bowel preps, because of patient logistics, etc. But at least 4 we try, and those 4 are with different faculties, so you understand different methods. And so this is a proper hands-on course. So we try and explain to you the the fundamentals, the basics of colonoscopy. This is a basic hands-on course. If you are very good then this is not the course for you. But I can tell you with my experience, there are very few good colonoscopists in Pakistan. Okay? I generally what Sajda has already elaborated upon is that our unit is obviously one of the units in the country which is working towards training in endoscopy. And we're very grateful to Paul, and Waqar is not here, for supporting us, and this is our 12th course. And we get excellent feedback from those who've come. The couple of points that I really want to emphasize upon is, number one, the fact that you can reach cecum does not mean that you know how to do colonoscopy. The fact that you have a scope and a patient does not mean you can put a scope in it. Sometimes you will. Even if you have never done it, sometimes it's so straight you'll be able to do it. But that's not what is important. So you need to know how to do it properly. And if you know how to do it properly, A, you will do it correctly. Patient will not be screaming, as we normally see. And you will do it in appropriate time, okay? And you will not require a lot of sedation, okay? And those are the things that we will demonstrate to you. What I would like to do, what we do generally here is we like to have a little bit of introduction of the candidates to find out what they are doing, okay? So I have Dr. Haris Alvi here, who's from our own institute here. Haris, you are now, just tell us a little bit about how many colonoscopies. I'll tell you what we need to know. How many you've done? Do you use the two-hand or a single-hand technique? What sedation do you normally use? And what is your cecal intubation? And if you can tell us how many times you've been in terminal ileum. So 5 things.
Sir, I'm lucky enough to have last year as an observer status in the same course. So before that year, I have a very bad time when I'm in colonoscopy. And after that year, when I have just an observer status, I learned a lot of things. And since last year, I have done almost 55 colonoscopies because of my multiple involvement in other areas as well. And luckily, I use sedation in 2 or 3. And I use single-handed. I reach to the cecum in almost, I think in almost 47 cases. But the terminal ileum, I will reach only 3. Okay. So, and still, I have the feeling of the de-looping is sometime I will, but actually I'm not satisfied with myself. Okay, I have the ability to de-loop correctly. That is the issue. That's why I will come here again, and that's all.
Well, that's here's somebody who's actually already in the faculty, and he feels himself that he needs to improve. I think that's the passion that you have to have. No matter what you want to do, surgery, endoscopy, you just want to do whichever field in medicine or otherwise. I think it's the eagerness, the passion to improve. That goes away. Time to stop. Okay, so you need to have that. Doctor, can you introduce, because I have the names here, I'm not sure if it's in the right order.
Dr. Ahmed Nawaz.
Ahmed Nawaz? Okay. Where are you from?
I'm basically from KPK, but I'm working in Faisalabad, Medina.
So you're from KPK, but working in Faisalabad?
Yeah. I haven't done much of colonoscopies during my training session, but after my post-graduation, which was 8 months ago, I have been exposed to colonoscopy procedure, and I would have done around 50 or 60 till now. And my cecal intubation rate is around 60%. So basically I'm here to improve my cecal intubation rate as well as to understand the loop formation and how to de-loop it. And regarding sedation, I try to use minimum sedation as minimum possible, usually going incrementally up as the patient tolerance level is. And regarding the two hand, I try to use single hand technique as much as possible.
Good. Dr. Kamran Emani, is that right?
Almania. Assalamualaikum. I am from Isra Hospital. I am resident over there. I have done 10-year colonoscopy, but I didn't reach the cetum and the terminilium, and I used, unfortunately, two hands. That's my mistake, and I am here for to learn. Thank you.
Safan Sawai?
Sergeant Sir.
Huh?
Sergeant
Sawai, I'm sorry.
Sir, I have done around 30-40 colonoscopy and
May I
10 to
stop you there? You see, when you've done 30, 40, that's a
30 plus.
25% increase
30 plus.
between 30 and 40, you know.
So in last one
So
and a
at
half
this
year,
stage of your career, you should know I've done 33 colonoscopies, 34 or whatever. It's important that when you say 30, 40, I know that you don't know how many you've done. Sorry, I'll be very upfront. So
And-
tell me a bit more.
I have done 7 cecal intubation and 2 ileoscopy.
Well done.
And rest of the scopies I have done with the help of my seniors. And we used to use midazolam and nalbuphine as a sedative.
Well, how much do you use?
Uh, it depends on the patient. If the patient is tolerating the procedure well, then we don't use. Otherwise, we use minimum dose.
What is minimum?
Around 1 cc midazolam
Good.
and 1 to 2 cc nalbuphine.
That in itself, from when we started on the first course, and this is the 12th course, there is a change in what we are hearing from the units that people have come and gone back. So, this is a big change from the 5 milligram, 10 milligram midazolam to 1 milligram or to no sedation. Dr. Khurram Salim.
Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Khurram Salim, and I have come from Lahore to learn this procedure. Since after doing my FCPS and the MRCP at the Mayo Hospital, I have been doing the lower GI endoscopies a couple of times. In the last year, I have done only 40 lower GI endoscopes, and the cecal intubation rate has been, honestly speaking, has been very much less. I have been doing all these procedures under the supervision of a UK trained surgeon. And
Surgeon.
yeah, UK trained surgeon, yes. And my cecal intubation rate has not been so much as this has been demonstrated by the other participants of the course. And the sedation we have been using over there we are not using any type of the sedation so far. Sedation is being used on the occasional basis. And Nalbin has not been used so much. The rate of the terminal ileum intubation, as far as done by me, has not been done so far. So far I have done only about maximum number of the lower GI endoscopic procedure which have been done by me so far would have been 50 only.
Question from quick answer. What is the cecal you've already told us, cecal intubation in your unit where you're practicing? Do you have any idea?
My senior has more than, I guess, 95%.
95%. Good. What about yours, Isra?
95%.
You're also same. Good, sir.
But
You are in a surgical unit, is that right? Oh, but you said you were with a surgeon.
because over there in my center, all these procedures are being done under the supervision of the surgeons.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, over there, if the surgeon is doing the procedure, the cecal intubation rate has been the universal one, I would say. He would go to the extent of the terminal ileum in almost every patient.
Wow. Okay. Kamaluddin, sir, where are you from?
Isra University Hospital.
Isra?
Sir, I have done only 6 to 7 colonoscopies under the supervision of our seniors. But 1 to 2 cecal intubation, I don't know why done. I have difficulty in right ileocecal, right iliac, इसमें hepatic failure usually, और कभी तो difficulty हो जाती है rectosigmoid junction में भी. one cecal intubation, but I don't know how this was.
How you did it?
Uh,
Okay, well, that's honest. Dr. Ubaidullah.
Ubaidullah Bugyo from Asian Institute of Medical Science, Hyderabad.
Okay. ISRA is, who is in ISRA now? Amir and Ali Akbar. And AIMS is Sadiq.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Amir is no more in AIMS.
He's doing.
He's in both.
He's doing OPD in it's the AIMS hospital.
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I have done only 3 with my seniors. I am in second year of my PGship, so I am new in colonoscopy. We use only 1 to 2 midazolam.
And, okay. And your cecal intubation rate in your unit is?
About more than 90%.
Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Firstly, obviously you all come from people who are very, very experienced with results as good as they should be. But it's very important to go back and actually check what your cecal intubation rate is. Okay, because you will be surprised when you actually sit down and actually look at the entire data. Sometimes it's lower than what you think, sometimes it's better than what you think. So you all come from units which are extremely good and experienced. Now, quickly, 1 or 2 things that are very important in this course is, you have to ask questions. Paul, sometimes people have difficulty in understanding some of the things he might try and explain to you because of his accent. And if you don't understand, then you have to ask him again. Okay? This is not, I don't know how your units are. There is no point sitting here if you're not going to ask us questions. Stop. I don't understand. Please tell me again. I don't understand. Okay. Sorry, can you please explain? If you don't do that, interaction agar nahi hoga, then it's not fun for us. He's here from such a far distance. All of us are here, and the faculty who've left everything and sitting with you. We enjoy interaction. There's no interaction, there's no point, there's no learning. Okay? We've already introduced the faculty. The way this course is going to be is because it's a hands-on course. You'll get teaching while we are going on, while we are actually teaching you hands-on. So a lot of things will be discussed while this is being done. For those who have not seen, what will happen is that we have 2 endoscopy suites, so 2 people will go and be doing colonoscopies in the endoscopy unit. One of them will be transmitted here, and at least 1 faculty will be here with you to explain, okay, or answer any questions. A lot of teaching will take place over the next 2 days, 3 days, while actually you're doing colonoscopy. So indications, complications, and a lot of things we'll touch while we are actually doing them. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I think I just wanted to just inform you that our unit is actually working towards improving endoscopy practices in the country, and that's why we select you from different parts. We try and bring doctors from different cities or provinces if we can. We have been, as Sajda said, doing ERCP. We just did the 6th course, right? We just did the 6th ERCP, and we do 2 colonoscopies, so this is the 12th, and we are hopefully, inshallah, we'll be doing our first hands-on, and again, that hands-on course, as far as I've gone through the literature, would be one of its kind, not in Pakistan, but hopefully internationally, okay? So we'll be starting that. Our unit is also doing almost all advanced procedures that are done anywhere, especially pancreatobiliary, EUS, spyglass, and the whole works, okay? So with that, I'll pass on to Sajda. Sajda, we've got to do complications there and their management. Do you have that slide? आपके पास talk है? You got on the because that talk was actually by Dr. Wakar who hasn't arrived. So what we can do is we can actually go on to the we can get the we can do the phantoms first. This session that we are going to be doing now is very, very special. Okay, to help you understand some of the questions you guys have raised. How do you actually create a loop, and how do you do loop? And some of the questions that you've asked and that you want to ask will be answered in this session. Paul does this session, does it exceptionally well. He's one of the best teachers in colonoscopy that you can ever come across. Okay, so this is your opportunity to learn. I have to apologize because of a bad back. I'm going to be seen in and out this time because I'm not sure how it's going to react. Sometimes it gets better, sometimes it actually gets worse. So today I had difficulty coming here, and one of the reasons why we started late. कोई सवाल पूछना? Any question?
No, sir.
I see patients with 25-year-old classical IBS who had colonoscopy. It's our colleagues who do this.
And what were the findings?
One thing that I'm pretty sure is just pure abdominal pain, no bowel issues, nothing else, just abdominal pain. I have 2 dates in the last 27 years, not seen a single case showing anything. I don't know about you, Paul. Abdominal pain, indication for colonoscopy, no. Abdominal pain with change in bowel habit, blood in the stool, that's different. I'm talking about a person who says, I just have abdominal pain. How many times all of you have seen patients who have abdominal pain undergo colonoscopy? Many.
The most common indication is abdominal pain.
And if you spend time with the patient, quite often you'll be able to clear it off in 2 minutes rather than sit there. One of the reasons why we do colonoscopies is why?
To diagnose?
In the private practice.
Well, that patient was also having, he was also having the other features of it. Yeah, yes.
Abdominal cough is not just going to present.
Just only with the pain, yes.
IBS will not be diagnosed. That's what I said.
Yes, sir.
IBS cannot be diagnosed unless you have along with it a bowel issue.
Bowel issue.
Abdominal pain is not IBS unless it has bowel issue.
It's
That's
so,
why I said.
yes,
The
sir.
reason why I mentioned IBS is because it's young patients who undergo colonoscopy. And one of the reasons why we do colonoscopy is because A, you don't have time, and B, you want to make money.
Yes.
Now we always criticize everybody else about corruption. This is corruption by all.
Yes.
This is not like आपका आप गलत केस करते हो, that's also our body equally has.
Yes.
So you have to understand that. And you need to sit down and talk and
Yes.
ask yourself whether you would want to have a colonoscopy for those reasons or not. And that's important.
Yes.
Every time you're doing a procedure, you ask yourself, if you do it on yourself. And the answer is no,
No,
maybe, then don't. If you do it on your daughter or your mother. And I tell this to people, similarly again, if you haven't done something before, you haven't done an EMR or a large polyp, you say, okay, this patient, great, I'm going to practice because I saw X, Y, Z doing it in a course. Would you do it on your parents? First time? I can guarantee none of you would do that. None of us would do it. So similarly, if you can't do something, doesn't mean you can't do it. You just ask X, Y, Z, jisko tumne dekha hai, senior guy, can you come and stand next to me? I want to do this polyp. If you have someone, then go ahead and do it. But start with simple things that you are confident with and then gradually build upon. Unfortunately, in the lower socioeconomic class and in the poor people where there is no accountability, we do whatever we want to. The practice is different when it comes to people who are, influential.